everyone, welcome to the fifth and last episode of A Week in Red vs Blue. I'm your host, delonewolf, and in this episode I can finally show you guys the real deal, a nice brawl between red and blue fleets. Both fleets had over 30 members, I think. How these brawls go about is, as far as I could tell, both fleet commanders are in contact with each other. Without trying to give too much away to each other, they give how many fleet members they have and what size of ship hulls they are bringing. So let's say cruiser heavy or frigate heavy. And then as they draw closer to the fight, the FCs try and make it as balanced as possible. For instance, in this fight, the FC asked that all late joiners didn't bring anything above a destroyer. Yeah, destroyer, that was right. Because it seemed that we had a bit more members in our fleet and we were already quite cruiser heavy. Anyways, after that, the brawl just goes underway. They try to spare each other's FC. That doesn't always work out too well. But yeah, that's basically what Red vs Blue is really all about, trying to get good fights. Trying to get nice balanced fights as well, and they have certain rules in place to try and keep it fun. So I'll let the video go. This fight was actually quite hectic for me, as it was the first time that I was in such a large PvP fleet fight, but it was a lot of fun to be sure. If you're interested in Red vs Blue, I would say go over to rvb.com and check them out. See you guys next time.
Jump Joseph, hold cloak.
They got quite a lot of thoraxes.
That's fine. Hold cloak for a second, guys.
Oh, there's a stabber close here. Just stab it on gate.
Our primary is going to be Robin in the thorax. Our secondary will be the Thrasher of DRA. Okay, I'm going to break cloak altogether. Go Robin, ROB in the thorax is ROB in the thorax is primary. ROB in the thorax is primary. ROB in the thorax is primary. Secondary will be the thorax of ZAR. Secondary is ZAR in the thorax. Primary is now ZAR in the thorax. Primary is ZAR in the thorax. Secondary will be the thorax of DAR. Primary is now DAR. Primary is now DAR. Secondary will be GAR in the rupture. DAR is your primary. DAR is your primary. Secondary will be GAR in the rupture. Overheat your guns. The next three. Overheat your guns until you have to stop. Pretty much. DAR is your primary in the thorax. DAR is your primary in the thorax. Secondary will be GAR in the rupture. Your primary is now GAR in the rupture. He's gone. GNU in the rupture. GNU in the rupture is your primary. Secondary will be SMO in the thorax. GNU in the rupture is your primary. Secondary is SMO in the thorax. Overheat your guns, guys. Was roll on field. Overheat your guns. GNU is your primary. Primary is now SMO in the thorax. Primary is now SMO in the thorax. Reshipping is on. Reshipping is on. GEL in the thorax will be your secondary. GEL will be your secondary. I'm seeing random explosions. Primaries, please, guys. SMO is your primary. GEL is your secondary. GEL is now your primary. GEL is your primary. Secondary will be the stabber of RUD. Reshipping is on.
Do me JEL.
Sorry, JEL is your primary in the thorax. Cheers. Primary is now RUD in the stabber. Primary is now RUD in the stabber. Secondary will be the caracal of EXO. Secondary will be EXO in the caracal. Reshipping is on. Reshipping is on. Come back to us. Primary is now EXO in the caracal. Primary is EXO in the caracal. Secondary will be ROB in the thorax. Secondary will be ROB in the thorax. EXO is your primary. ROB in the thorax is now your primary. ROB in the thorax. Secondary will be GAB in the caracal. Secondary will be GAB in the caracal. GAB in the caracal is now your primary. Secondary is the They're miles off. Free fire on rifters. Free fire on rifters. Leave Tiago for a minute. Just point him up. Just point him up.
Okay.
Free fire on rifters. Free fire on rifters. Point anything you can, guys. Try and get some of them cruisers that have burnt to range and call points.
Can we be shipping cruisers?
There's no point, to be honest. We've won the field.
I need help with Alvilda.
Can I get a warp in from the Jaws gate, please?
Mooi tot
From
Irak.
the...
Kill the frigates. Call any points on the cruisers you get.
Credo.
Cheers, guys.
Someone try and get a point on that rupture. Gary
Point.
in the rupture.
If
I
someone
don't
can
know
point
what's
up, you
hitting me,
can't.
but something is shooting me. I think it's a rupture, maybe. I really don't know who at.
Pick up and GUN. No, he's gone.
Try and get a point on these cruisers if you can. I'm pretty sure they're going though.
Oh, superb FCing, thanks.
Good fight.
Good target calling. Yeah, good job, man.
Cheers for following the primaries, guys. That was a good fight.